I'm about to show you how to improve the quality of your photos and videos tenfold. And this isn't just for filmmakers and photographers. It works whether you're taking pictures on your iPhone or shooting a film on an Alexa Mini. Today, I'm going to show you how to shape light, and I'm going to do so using 3 models, Kyle, Allie, and Ava. I'm going to show you 4 basic and easy to use lighting setups that'll help you improve every image that you're creating. Now, the first thing you need to know about shaping light is it's really not about shaping light as much as it is about shaping shadow. So in this, I always want you to pay attention to where the shadow is. Now, this first lighting setup is called split lighting, and it works exactly how it sounds. You split the light and the shadow. Half of your subject's face is lit and the other isn't. Now this works by placing the light at a 90-degree angle to your subject, meaning right next to them. This lighting setup creates drama and makes a dynamic image that's not just flat and boring. It'll make a video look way more cinematic, and it'll give a photo new light. Now the next setup is called a Rembrandt light. Now it's called the Rembrandt light because the painter Rembrandt made it famous. The light is about at a 45-degree angle to your subject, and it's easily identifiable by the triangle that's underneath their eye. This light is always pleasing to the viewer. It can also give a sense of drama, but it also gives a sense of beauty and a sense of artistry. But wait, hang on for a second. Subscribe. It's free. What are you waiting for? Now, the next lighting setup is called a 3/4 light, and that's because 3/4 of your subject's face will be lit. Like I said at the beginning, always watch the shadows. Look how just 1/4 of their face is in the shadow. This gives your subject some dimensionality without the extra drama of a split light or a Rembrandt light. Again, it makes the image a little less boring than just a flat light on their face. Your goal is to shape the face and give it a little bit more dimension. Having the light here will help. But one of the ultimate ways to shape a face is by using paramount lighting, also known as the butterfly light. Now this is when a light is directly in front and above your subject's face. It's called the paramount light because in the 20s and 30s, Paramount Studios, the movie studio, would light all of their actors this way. It's called the butterfly light because it gives a little butterfly underneath the nose. Now, some people could also call this a beauty light, and the reason why is because it shapes the face, slimming it out and accentuating your subject's facial structure. It also helps to hide any blemishes. Take a look at this bump on Kyle's face. Now see how in the split light, it's more accentuated, but with the paramount light, it's a lot harder to see. That's because all of the shadows are going down, and it's much harder to see the shadows underneath a blemish than a shadow next to a blemish. Often a shadow next to a blemish can highlight it even more. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is actually shaping the shadow. Sometimes there's too much light for you to actually get the desired effect from the shadowy side of the face. That's when you bring in negative fill. A lot of you may know what fill is. Fill is when you bounce a light or have a fill light on the other side to bring up that side of the face. Negative fill is the exact opposite of that. You're subtracting the light that's bouncing back to create more shadow. And as we learned in my video on lighting darker skin tones, dark color absorbs light and lighter colors reflect light. So when you put something dark on the side of the face that you want in the shadows, all of that light is being absorbed and not reflected back at them. So check this out. You can see here that bringing in some negative fill takes all of that reflection off of Kyle's face and his body and almost completely drowns it in shadows. Now this is an extreme version of it, but I'm using this so that you can see exactly what negative fill does. Now look at Allie. If I take out the negative fill, you can see that light bouncing back on her face. And with Ava, if I add it back in, you can see that she's completely silhouetted now. Now, when I switch the soft light on Allie, you can see how beautiful this soft light is. But we can add a little bit more shape to it by adding some negative fill. Now watch what happens when I add this negative fill, how Allie's shape has a bit more shadow on it and a bit more shape to it. This is a perfect way for you to control the ambient light that's spilling on your subject. All you need is to identify where the ambient light that you don't want is coming from, then bring some kind of dark material, preferably black, to stop that light from spilling on your subject. Combining all of these things will allow you to do all kinds of creative lighting setups. Whether you're a filmmaker, a photographer, a videographer, or just somebody that wants to improve the images that they're putting out online. Take these tips and use them to make your images better.